Are you a ride warrior?
Sultan of Speed. The prophet of Zoom.
Diva of drop.
Are you a ride warrior? Find out at Cedar Point. Ride on.
Cedar Point has been one of my favorite places in the world since I was born, even if I never rode my first actual roller coaster until 2 years ago. One of the reasons why I love Cedar Point so much though, even without riding anything, was because of the atmosphere. While yes, Cedar Point is becoming more family-oriented nowadays, I still think that the old 2010s atmosphere was the golden era of Cedar Point. This may just be biased for my childhood, but I'm still going to talk about some of my favorite aspects of Cedar Point from the 2010s. First off, we have the live events. The most prominent one was Luminosity, which was an upbeat, flashy, and overall crazy time. My family and I aren't too into the live event aspect of theme parks, but I still remember watching the fireworks go off and listening to music blaring in my ears, even if it kinda did scare me as a little kid. I also distinctly remember watching All Wheels Extreme, which is located where Wicked Twister once was. I would also best describe this as an extreme sports show, with biking and doing tricks on trampolines. Looking back at it now, it probably wouldn't interest me at all, but I remember being in awe of this as a kid, which just made Cedar Point even more special. Next are the different areas of the park. For example, who remembers Challenge Park? Anyone? If you didn't know, before the second half of Cedar Point Shores, then called Soak City, was added, there were go-karts, mini-golf, a sky coaster, and the one that I remember the most, the skyscraper attraction. Challenge Park was a separate ticketed attraction, but I still remember looking at Skyscraper and thinking about how I would never ride it, and, well, I was right, it closed back in 2015 or something. It wasn't just Challenge Park though. Another one of the areas that was a lot more popular than how they are now was the Frontier Trail, which yeah, people use it as a pathway between Millie and Frontier Town, and maybe for the petting zoo, but that area was the water ride central back in the day. That feels weird. I feel old saying that. Shoot the Rapids, which are defunct, and Thunder Canyon and Snake River Falls, which both seem to be closed more than they're opening. But back in the 2010s, if you needed to cool off, this would be your spot. I remember being so scared of Snake River Falls and riding it once and saying I would never do it again. Who knows, I might one day soon. And then Thunder Canyon, I could lap that all day if possible. I loved that thing, and I guess a bunch of other people did too because it was really popular. The final thing that I'll be looking back on in this video has got to be the fact that Cedar Point didn't have to try. What do I mean by that? Well, for the past couple of years, they've really been trying to expand past the roller coasters and make the park more family-oriented by not adding as many record-breaking attractions. But to be completely honest, the innocence of the 2010 Cedar Point era allowed for the whole family to go and find things to be excited about. The live music events, the water rides, the although not great but still classic theme park food, and ultimately, the roller coasters. Once again, this video is based off of pure nostalgia for me, so probably just me being biased about my childhood. And this video wasn't meant at all as a nag on Cedar Point. I think they've made some absolutely amazing improvements to the park since the 2010s, including their food. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.